Thank you so much. I'm your brother, Israel Great. A leading member of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Professor Okonkwo, told the Igbo race that they should vote for Atiku Abubakar, the PDP candidate, on the ground that if Atiku wins, as soon as he's sworn in by May 29, 2023, he will grant unconditional release to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. You see, there are things you do not play politics with. The constitutional right of Nnamdi Kanu is not something any individual or party can play politics with. The legal team had made it abundantly clear that the man's health condition needs urgent attention. He needs to go outside Nigeria, London, France, or Germany to seek the best medical attention. As a result, for any party or individual to play politics with the condition the man found himself is most unfortunate and cannot be tolerated. Let me read out what the Guardian newspaper reported, because they reported what Professor Okonkwo, a leading member of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, said. The paper reported that Kanu has been in detention of DSS since June 2021, when he was intercepted and renditioned to Nigeria from Kenya by the federal government and charged with terrorism. However, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Thursday, October 13, 2022, quashed the terrorism charge. It also acquitted him of the 7-count charge pending against him before the Federal High Court in Abuja. In a landmark judgment, the appellate court, led by Justice Jumia Hanatu, stated federal government flagrantly violated the law when it forcefully rendered Kanu from Kenya to the country for the continuation of his trial. And such extraordinary rendition without adherence to due process of the law was gross violation of all international conventions, protocols, and guidelines that Nigeria is signatory to, as well as a breach of the appellant's fundamental human right. That is what the appeal court stated in their landmark judgment. Consequently, ordered the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu without further delay. It's so unfortunate. So many months after, Nnamdi Kanu is still suffering under harsh condition in detention by the DSS. You can see why investors are not coming into Nigeria. No rule of law. Court decisions are flagrantly violated. We have crude and barbaric politicians who do not care about court order. They do not care. It's only when the court declared them winners of one election petition or the other, they will tell you how good the judiciary is. They will sing the praises of the judiciary. But when the judiciary will enforce the fundamental right of a Nigerian, the government will not obey. It's not just the appeal court that have said this man is innocent of all the baseless, frivolous charges brought against him. The international community are also involved in the call for unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me present what the paper reported. Also, the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention had in a report released July last year, 2022, intervened, calling on Nigerian government to immediately release Kanu unconditionally and pay him adequate compensations for the arbitrary violation of his fundamental human rights. But the federal government has ignored all this and instead challenged the judgment in the Supreme Court. The federal government had ignored all the effort made by both the court in Nigeria and the international community, the United Nations, to say, release this man unconditionally. And having violated his fundamental human rights, pay him adequate compensation. A government that triumphs in impunity have refused to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the face of all this, why would somebody or a party or a group of people be so callous to play politics with a bad condition? You see, this is not something you joke with. Atiku is a bad market. Using Nnamdi Kanu to lobby for votes is very, very insulting to the Igbo race. So, we need to tell the Nigerian political class, do not play politics with the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The man, as far as the court is concerned, is innocent. Government should not be buying time. Over the years, they have not been able to win a single case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's so shameful that they will still continue to do the unthinkable when they have not been able to win a single case. Every well-meaning Nigerian should be calling for government to immediately release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and start abusing the justice system. Stop buying time. You know you cannot win. Let the man go and look for solution. The unfortunate situation he found himself have affected his health. He should be released. Let me remind every member of the human family what Martin Luther King Jr. said. We all are in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single ground of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. That's what Martin Luther King Jr. said. You see, you do not feel unconcerned, even when you may not be supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You may not like what he's doing. You may not like his way of life. But that will not in any way allow the government in power to violate his fundamental right with impunity. You must speak up for the good of every human being. You must speak up. You can't feel unconcerned. You can't say because you are not the person passing through such a sorry state, then you just feel unconcerned. You just have to speak up for the sorry state this man found himself and ask the government to grant him unconditional release. That is what everybody should be talking about. Not playing politics with his condition. Not saying he will be released if Atiku wins the presidential election. That is not what we want to listen to. We said he should be granted unconditional release. That is what needs to be done. And there's no two ways about it. Let us support the call for unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the way to go. And that is what is good for every member of the human family. Let us not forget, justice delayed is justice denied. So to ask Nnamdi Kanu to wait and use him to lobby for vote for Atiku Abubakar, no, it's foolishness of the highest order. It doesn't make sense. There's no wisdom in it. So it cannot be tolerated. He should be released now. That should be the focus of every member of the human family. If you still have conscience, ask for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release and let that release be carried out with immediate effect. Please share this video and be part of the cry for justice for the oppressed. Subscribe to this channel to be part of what God is doing. And as you do this, be rest assured, God will bless you. Thank you so much.